What's up guys, Godz back with another video. In this video we're going to be talking about the Aksis Phase 2 challenge and the loot that I got from it. I apologize for this strategy guide being late, but this was the first time I've actually gotten a group that can actually beat the challenge this week. So this was my first time that I've actually been able to make the video this week. I have actually decided that after this week I don't think I'm ever going to do this raid ever again, as much as I like it. Aksis challenge is not hard. It just requires that you have a team that knows what they're doing and a team that is patient, just because this challenge is not necessarily so difficult. It's just that so many little things can go wrong, specifically with the game, that can mess up your whole challenge. You can have a team that's really good and go through everything just right, and for some reason Aksis might not let you slam on his back, or for some reason, and I actually have video of it, maybe I'll put it up right here somewhere, of him teleporting on one side and that side having the supercharge. So sometimes the game just does stupid stuff, and it gets frustrating, but having a cool and calm collective team is what's going to help you get through this. So let's explain what the challenge is. Basically, every time he teleports, you have to supercharge before you slam on his back. Every single time through that whole entire damage phase before you kill him. If you get through 2 teleports and you don't make it to that third one because you did enough damage to him that he went back to the front, you have to start over. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about how to make this happen. So what you're going to do is you're going to divide your team up into teams of 2. And I know this is a common theme in Destiny. So you're going to have 2 on the right, 2 on the left, 2 in the middle. Now, in each one of these sections, you are going to have a cannon grabber and a thrower. Now, it doesn't matter whether you become empowered or not, you are going to stick with your job. So, cannon grabber, thrower, those are your 2 jobs. So, in the middle, right and left, you're going to have shanks that come out, and eventually a captain will come out with a cannon, whether it be Scorch, Shock, or Null or Void. Null and Void are the same thing. So one of those captains will come out. You're going to kill all 3 of those captains, and then your cannon grabbers are going to grab their cannons. Now, while all this is happening, when Aksis is first going to teleport left and right, then back to middle each phase. And once he teleports back, he's going to select 3 random guardians to become empowered. And this is when the captains are going to come out. Now, the 3 empowereds, whether you be a thrower or a cannon grabber, you are still going to go about your normal job. You're going to kill your captains and start doing your stuff. So, if you have 2 empowereds on right, then basically what has to happen is, once you've killed your captain, whoever is the cannon grabber on that side will then move or rotate to wherever they need to be, whether it be middle or left. Now, the person that's on the side that they transport to or transition to, they do not have to go anywhere. They can stay there because your throwers are still in their same spots. So if you have double empowerment on one side, just remember only your cannon grabber needs to actually move anywhere. No one else has to move. So once you've got everybody in their positions and you're killing the servitors and you're getting the bombs to throw at Aksis, basically what you're going to do is you're going to throw 2 on the right, 2 on the left, and you're going to throw 3 in the middle. Now, once this person has the 3rd bomb to throw in the middle, they're going to kind of wait, and they're going to make sure that everybody is in their spot. You want to make sure you've got somebody on the left, right, and middle with empowerment. Once you've got everything ready, you're going to throw that last bomb at Aksis, and it's going to cause him to teleport to one of 4 places. He's either going to teleport right, left, front, or back. Back is where you first drop into the room. Front is up there in the bottom of the pit where Aksis is actually the whole time. It's just going to be right down there in front of that. So those are your 4 spots. And basically, empowered on right is going to be in charge of slamming on the right and turning around and supercharging on the right. The 3 little plates where the servitors will go to sacrifice himself, these are the places where you will supercharge. Once Aksis teleports, there will be a little spire of Siva looking red stuff, and you will run up to it and you will slam on it. Now, the supercharge stuff is in a normal run never going to be where he teleports. So if he's on the right, you don't have to worry about the supercharge being on the right, except for that crazy time where the game messed up. So in a normal run, you won't have to worry about that. When he teleports, when you first see him move, the Siva on him will start to go in a certain direction. You can tell where he's going to be going, whether it be left, right, front, back. You can see, because you can just look at his body, and the Siva will kind of show you where he's going, like a compass. Now, also, a good tool to use is your radar. If you're standing in the middle, just because this is where you have the longest distance to run and biggest error usually with raid teams, you can kind of look at your radar, and if he pops up behind you, all you got to do is turn around and jump up. And if he goes in front of you, just run straight. You don't have to worry about second guessing or overthinking anything. If you don't see him front and you don't see anything behind you, turn around and check to see if you need to supercharge. Once you have supercharged and slammed on him, he's going to flop up. You're going to do damage to him, and then you're going to get 3 more empowered people. Now, you may actually get re-empowered, so just be careful to look out for that. If you do, you're going to call out like you did before, hey, I'm empowered on whatever side you're on. And this is where you need to figure out if you've got 2 on the same side or 3 on the same side, or you've got 3 on different sides. This is basically the point where you kind of want people that are empowered to not be doing damage at all. You want them to make sure they're getting in their right spots and then doing damage. The other 3 people are going to be doing constant damage. So this is where you're going to do your tethers and your bubbles and all this extra stuff, because once you supercharge again, you're going to get all of it back. Now, when he teleports again, you're going to supercharge again. And then on that final 3rd one, when he teleports again, you're going to supercharge one last time. And this is where you're going to get an even longer damage phase. And this is where you can put the damage on him, get the cannons out there, your dart drinkers, your rocket launchers with cluster bombs, your supers, everything. And then finally he will be done. He'll teleport, he'll get his shield back, he'll go to the front, and then he will summon some Siva mites or whatever, and you'll have to go out to one of those little floaty pillars out there in the distance with a little light on it. Jump on it so that you can stay safe, and then once that's over, basically you start rinsing and repeating. Now, you're going to go through that 2nd phase, and generally with most fire teams, you're going to get him down to about 1/4 of health left or so. Now, if you're with a really good team that knows what they're doing, you can 2-phase him, but with most teams I'm with, we usually end up going to a 3rd phase. The only problem is, once you get through that 2nd phase, it's just the same as the 1st. Normally his health is so low that if you do normal damage during the 1st and 2nd teleport, you actually will send him back front and void your challenge. So what you need to do on that 3rd run is don't do any damage the 1st and 2nd teleport, and if you do decide to do damage, just do it with primaries. And then on that final damage phase, that 3rd teleport, supercharge, and then just put it all on him. Put all the cannons on him, put all the supers on him, put all the rockets, the dart drinkers, everything you got is going to go on him. If you get him low enough, it's about a sliver left, a little bit of yellow. He's going to teleport back front, but this time without a shield, and that's where you're going to get your chance to finish off before he calls on the Siva mites to kill you one last time. So that is it. That is the challenge. It's really not that hard. It really just matters whether you can get a team together that can handle everything. A few tips: if you've got the cannon and you're in the middle, right? If you got the cannon, you're in the middle, it's best to just grab the cannon and jump up on the left or right, because you can shoot everything across the way. I see a lot of people, if they're if they're on the left and there's a servitor they got to kill on the right, they go to the right, kill it, and then they hop back around. Man, you can just stand on each side and kill everything. You don't actually have to go there. You just have to plan out where your shots are going and realize that once you hear it charge up just enough, you know when it's going to blow up. So you can actually shoot across the way at the wall and where the servitor is going to go by it and blow them up. You just got to get good at it, right? Another thing too, here's some loadouts that you can use. For the Warlock, I like to use Radiance just because in case you do die, you have the Radiance. I also love using the grenades on Aksis. It does a lot of damage. Plus, having Radiance allows you to be a little bit more, what's the word? I guess not as safe. Especially me, if I'm on Radiance, I like to really go hard after the captain, and if I die, I can just Radiance back alive and kill him anyways. So, and I'm gonna get my my super back whenever we supercharge, so it's pretty much fine. If you're a hunter, I like to tether the ads, especially the captains when they come out, because you're gonna get your tether back when you supercharge, and then you get to pretty much tether every time you supercharge during each damage phase. And then sometimes if you've got multiple hunters, you can also do Golden Gun with Celestial. It does a lot of damage each time, just because you get it back each supercharge. For the Titan, weapons bubbles are perfect. This is a great thing to use. So that's what I like to use as far as supers goes. Weapons, I really like the Genesis chain, but any of the Wrath weapons are great for the ads. I love using Hung Jury, a good scout rifle that can take the shanks down in one hit. Me personally, I like using the Quantaplasm shotgun from the raid for the captains, just because it does quite a bit of damage. It staggers them, and I don't really like using a sniper. And then for my heavy, I like using the Heathen from the Vaulted Glass raid, that rocket launcher, just because it does a ton of damage to him. But you can also go with same type of primary, but with maybe an Ex Machina sniper rifle and a Dark Drinker. You can use the Dark Drinker on Aksis as well as on the captain, so it's kind of a double edged sword with that. So those are the two loadouts I kind of like using as far as weapons go, but you can kind of choose what you want. Just make sure you're doing a ton of damage. Some people have been using the what is it, Future War Cult Warpath rocket launcher, and it does really well. I've tried both of that and the Heathen. I really like the Heathen a lot more, but it's pretty much up to you. You can kind of do whatever you want. That's pretty much the challenge. It's not really that bad. Like I say, you just got to have the team that really knows what they're doing, and you can enjoy it a lot more. I think I covered everything. If I didn't, please comment below and let me know. Let me see if I can re-explain what all's going on, or maybe if I left something out, or maybe if you've got a better strat than me, let me know in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe for more Destiny gameplay and Destiny 2 news as we're getting closer and closer to the beta, and as well as the game coming out this September. We're not too far away. That's pretty much it, guys. Oh, real quick before we go, we're at about 934 subs, guys, so I'm really happy about that. If we get to 1,000 before Destiny 2 comes out, I'm going to be doing a Destiny 2 giveaway. So I think that'll be really exciting. So make sure you like the video. Make sure we get it out there to people. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and then once we get to 1,000, you'll get that chance to enter in to get that game. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I haven't given out a game in a while, and I'm just excited to do it. Once we get to 200,000 views, I might do a second one. So we'll just see how it goes. But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and hopefully you get a bunch of awesome challenge loot like I did as well. I got that Chaos Dogma. I really love that scout rifle. I got a couple ornaments. I was really hoping to get the ship and the shader, but I didn't, so maybe next time. That's it, guys. Make sure you let me know below too. Did you get any awesome weapons this week or anything you really wanted? And I will see you guys in the next video.